Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Foreman Files Media. Today, we're going to be doing our Week 4 predictions of the 2023 NFL season. Last week, I don't know how well I did. Off the top of my head, I know I got the Jaguars wrong, the Ravens wrong. I got the I got the Chargers wrong. I got the Bengals wrong. I got the Saints wrong, and obviously everyone got the Falcons wrong, or everyone got the Cowboys wrong. So I don't think I did too bad last week, but this week try to do better, of course. As I'm recording this on a Friday, the Lions just beat the Packers last night, 34-20. Big first half really propelled them to victory, but we're not focused on that. We're focused on the games on Sunday and the game on Monday. I think it's only fair to start with the earliest game on Sunday, the one that is in the UK. We have the Falcons at the Jaguars, even though it's a neutral site. But we know the UK is really where the Jaguars' home really is. I'm gonna go the Jaguars in this one. If the Jaguars lose this game, they're gonna have to start doing something different. I know they're 1-2 right now, which isn't the best record, but we know there's a lot of 1-2 teams who end up making deep runs into the playoffs, so we're not worried right now. But 1-3, that's when you maybe have to start shifting up the game plan. Maybe something's not going right. Maybe a player's at fault. But I'm gonna have the Jaguars in maybe a little bit of a lower scoring game than expected. I'll have them winning 20-16. Jaguars need to win this game, and I'd be pretty surprised if they don't win, 20-16. Now we're going to shift to the AFC side. We're going to have the Dolphins at the Bills. And I got the Dolphins in this one. I really believe in the Dolphins, man. The Dolphins are the best offense in the league right now. I feel like we can pretty comfortably say that. Their defense isn't terrible. I mean, they're not amazing. They're not up with the tops with the Cowboys, with the 49ers, with the Saints, with the Eagles, teams like that. But their defense isn't going to bring them down. And right now they're 4-0. I'll have them winning this game. I'll say 32-28. Closer game. Could this be game of the week? Maybe. Not exactly sure. 32-28 though. Next game we have the Ravens at the Browns. I'm going to have the Ravens take this one. The Browns, I'm not completely sure if Deshaun Watson will be playing. But whether or not Deshaun Watson plays, we know the Browns defense is going to do enough for them to keep this game close. If Deshaun Watson doesn't play, Dorian Thomas Robinson will be the starting quarterback. But I'll have the Ravens taking this one 16-13. Not high scoring. The Browns defense is going to be the one that makes this close. We might see 3 field goals from the Falcons and a touchdown. That's my prediction. Next, we have the Steelers at the Texans, and the Texans are another team who we probably didn't expect to be this good right now. I mean, they're 1-2, which is amazing, but their offense right now, CJ Stroud is probably the Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, but their offense is really impressive right now. Tank Dell showing improvement, Nico Collins being really good. I'm still going to go the Steelers, and I'm going to go the Steelers 23-20, a very close game. I feel like this one could probably go either way, and it would make complete sense if you want to pick the Texans, but I'm going to go Steelers here, 23-20. Next game we have Bengals at Titans. I'm going to have the Bengals take this one. Score 23-14. Bengals look like they're starting to rev up a little bit more as an offense. Joe Burrow wasn't 100% last week, and he's probably not going to be 100% this week because he played last week. People were wondering whether the Bengals should have actually played Joe Burrow on Monday night, I believe it was. But they still ended up winning, and I'm going to have them winning this one 23-14. Titans' offense is just slow. Ryan Tannehill's not the best. Starting to wonder when they might shift to Malik Willis full-time, or maybe even Will Levis, even though he's pretty bad. So is Malik Willis. That whole quarterback room is bad. So it'll be interesting to see if they end up with one of the top picks if they maybe go with a quarterback or depends where they are. Obviously, if you're one, you want to take Caleb Williams. But after that, you have Drake May, you have Quinn Ewers, you have Shedeur Sanders, you have Bo Nix, and probably a couple of more that are not at the top of my head. Jordan Travis. Probably a couple more that are not at the top of my head, but I'm going to have the Bengals winning this one 23-14. It might be time to rebuild if you're the Titans. Next game we have the Raiders at the Chargers. I'm going to have the Chargers take this one, and I think this is when the Chargers really start to come together as a team. Last week was a big win over the Vikings, who I personally thought was going to win, even though they're pretty similar teams. But Chargers, high-scoring offense. We're going to have them winning this one 30-14. This is going to be a blowout in my opinion. I really believe in this Chargers team. I want to see them start making more steps as a team in general. We know they started 0-2. I want to see them maybe at the end of the season 10-7 or better. I believe in this Chargers team. Their offense has looked good last week against the Vikings. Their defense was okay. Not great. But we know the offense and the offensive power is really what's going to make this Chargers a good team. Also, want to note that Mike Williams tore his ACL and is out for the year, or tore something in his knee. I believe it was the ACL, but not completely sure. I just know he's out for the year. Doesn't change my decision though. Chargers win 30-14. Next game we have Chiefs at Jets. This is going to be the blowout of the week. I'm going to have the Chiefs win this one 38 to... Actually, no. Give more respect to the Jets defense. We'll say 31 to... I'll go 31-13. Chiefs win this one. You have the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes going against the worst quarterback in the league. Can I confidently say that? Justin Fields isn't looking amazing as well, but I'm going to confidently say that right now Zach Wilson is the worst starting quarterback in the league. So 31-13 Chiefs, not much I have to say about it. Last week I predicted a blowout Chiefs against Bears. I was correct. This week I don't think it'll be any different. Chiefs have two straight bad teams to go against, which is good considering they lost week 1, so they're able to keep building off of their success against teams who are not as talented as them. Next we have the Colts and the Rams. This is probably going to be the hardest one I have to pick now that I'm looking at it. I already have an upset. It's going to be in this row, but I'm going to have the Colts taking this one. Anthony Richardson will be back, and I'll have the Colts taking this one. I'll have the Colts taking this one 23, not 123, 23, and the Rams will have 18. Little interesting score right there. There have been interesting scores like the whole season so far, so I might as well put one in, maybe if I can get it spot on. Anthony Richardson's rushing ability will be back. This is the last week until Jonathan Taylor will be available. He'll be available for week 5. And I'll have the Colts take this one. I like how Anthony Richardson's able to sort of run this offense. And even though Gardner Minshew did do the job last week, this is still Anthony Richardson's team, and we want to see him progress with this offense and his new head coach. So 23-18 Colts. Next game, we have the toilet bowl game. The worst game of the year, I think we could say. Broncos-Bears. I'll go Broncos. Score 20-12. It's the worst game of the week. It's going to be a boring game to watch. Not even watch it. No one's going to watch the game, but Broncos 2012. Next game, we have my upset of the week. It'll be Patriots versus the Cowboys. I'm going to have the Patriots win this one. I don't know. I just have the feeling that this is the Patriots' game to win. Is this the America's Game of the Week on Fox? I'm not sure. But I just have the feeling the Patriots are going to take this one. I'll say they win 25-24. Nice 1-point score right there. I just have the feeling I'm going to pick one up. Usually we'll pick one upset a week. Probably won't happen every week because, sometimes the games just don't align. But in this case, I like the Patriots against the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott gets his revenge, even though he'll probably rush for like 20 yards or something. Next game we have is the Vikings at the Panthers. And I'm going to have the Vikings get in their first win, finally. They're going to be 1-3 after this week. I'm going to have the Vikings winning this one 20, I say 26 to 17 Vikings. Yeah, this is just, if they're going to get their first win, it has to be right now or else they're done for the season, in my opinion. You know, the Vikings offense has looked good. Justin Jefferson, I think he got hurt last week, but I'm pretty sure it was only a cramp, so he'll be 100% this week. Noteworthy is that Bryce Young is coming back this week off of an injury. Andy Dalton started last week for them, and they lost to the Seahawks, even though it was a little closer than what we might have expected. But doesn't change my mind whether it's Andy Dalton, whether it's Bryce Young. I'm still going to have the Vikings taking this one. Next, we have the Eagles versus the Commanders, and I'm going to take the Eagles here. I think we're finally getting to know what the Commanders really are after last week's horrible game against the Bills. We know this Commanders team was a pretty fake 2-0. Now they're 2-2, starting to look like their real self. And I'll have the Eagles winning this one 30 to 8. Yeah, I'll say 30 to 4. No, I'll say 30 to 13. I'll have the Eagles win this one. Another blowout game. Next, we have the Saints at the Buccaneers. I've been going back and forth again with this one, and I think I'm going to end up with the Saints just because of the fact that they're home. I'm pretty sure Derek Carr will be out this game, but Alvin Kamara coming back is going to be huge. I'm going to assume that their run game is going to be much better, much more efficient. So Alvin Kamara will also give them option passing out of the backfield with screens, with swings, with different combinations out of the backfield. I'll have the Saints win this one. Their defense is going to show out again. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I'll say 18, or not 20, I'll say 18 to 14. I'll go Saints. Next, we have the Cardinals versus the 49ers. Now, this is not going to be my blowout of the week. My blowout of the week was this game. So, I'm saying the Cardinals will put up a little bit of a fight. I'm going to have the 49ers taking this one 30 to 21. The Cardinals make it a little bit closer than what we might expect. Doesn't matter, though. We know the 49ers will take this game. If they don't, then maybe we need to start looking at this Cardinals team a little bit more because they would go back-to-back weeks beating top 5 teams in the NFL. Next, or last game of the week, the Monday night game, we have the Seahawks versus the Giants. I'm going to go Seahawks. I'm not sure if Saquon Barkley will be playing this game or not. I don't really think it changes my decision, but it's going to be interesting to see if he will play. It says it's promising. Doesn't really change my decision. I'll go Seahawks winning this one 24 to 17. So yeah, that's my week 4 NFL predictions. At the end of this week, this is what the standings will be looking like, and I'm noticing that the Colts are 3-1, which is big. Interesting, but still big. Dolphins 4-0 right now. Looking at all these teams, after beating the Bills, I think we'll probably have them number 1 in our power rankings if they end up beating the Bills. We have 2 seed Steelers 3-1, which for not being an amazing team, 3-1 is pretty good for them 4 weeks into the season. Chiefs 3-1, Colts surprisingly 3-1. We have the Ravens at 3-1. They could lose this game though, so we'll see about that. We have the Patriots 2-2, and we have the Browns at 2-2. Teams that are not in the playoffs that could end up being in at the end of the season. I think of 16 through 12, all of those teams will not make the playoffs. So we kind of shifted. We shifted the teams who are not going to make the playoffs. They're actually falling down to the bottom, which is good, which is something I expect this week. Even though you still have the Colts up here, which we don't know, they could win that weak division. But you have teams like the Jaguars, like the Bills, like the Chargers, like the Bengals, all 8 through 11 could easily make the playoffs this year. Not easily, but there's definitely a chance that they make the playoffs. Not all together, but a team could. And looking at the NFC, we have the Eagles at 1, 49ers at 2, Lions at 3, we have the Saints at 4, Seahawks at 5, Falcons at 6, and the Green Bay Packers at 7. Teams bottom out here that could end up making the playoffs. You have the Cowboys for sure. We have the Buccaneers, who could end up sneaking out of the NFC South, a weaker division. And who knows, the Vikings or the Giants can make a little bit of a push. Um, or Bears certainly will not make a push. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Yeah, see you next time.